So welcome to another true chit chat with the WARPBOYZ. We have Pierre Mortefon, the world champion, Jordy Vonk, upcoming world champion, top 5, Vincent Langer, IFCA world champion, and many times German champion
and Formula World Champion.
and Formula World champion. So if I count all the titles from Vincent, I think we will not stop until tomorrow. And myself, top 5 and chief tester from Tours on windsurfing.
As on tour.
So tomorrow we will launch the new warp. Finally,
Finally. Tomorrow already.
Oh.
Tomorrow we will launch it. So
Does anyone already have the sales from you?
I have
No.
everything.
And Marco has everything all the time.
No, but the sail is completely new redesigned. I checked yesterday, 184. The outcome of the 8.4 is pretty amazing. So you can be happy. So I think everybody of us was really heavy involved in the product developing of the warp on Tenerife. Kai tried to put like of every rider all the input into the warp, and I think I'm really stoked about the outcome. Maybe Vincent or Vincent just has dinner, so maybe Jordy, you want to start? You had some runs on the latest prototypes.
Yeah, definitely. We tried. I think I tried 7.0 until 8.4 mainly. I know that you and Vincent did the 9.0 later on as well, and the 6.2 I think I wasn't there, but the 7.0 until 8.4 we had some really good feedback on the new sails, and it was mostly that it just got so much easier. You know, especially in Tenerife, it's quite choppy, it's quite heavy, and with the new sails, it just feels so easier in the hands. It's very balanced, and I think that was the biggest advantage on the new sails. Just the fact that they're light in the hands and very easy to sail.
The funny thing, we were not even focused on the 9.0, and the 9.0 we had. I think we had like 3 or 4 days left before Kai had to leave, and Kai just made one prototype. And I had to clean already the loft with Kai, and Vincent made some runs on the 9.0, and he just gave me a call. Maybe, Vincent, you want to talk about the 9.0?
Yes, actually it was on Tenerife, and we only had a few days left, or a few hours left, and I went out on the 9.0, and I had some runs with Matteo, and I thought, it cannot be that I'm so fast, because I was so fast. It's not I was a touch faster. I was so fast with this sail, and the wind was picking up, and I was getting even faster and faster. And the other guys were going down from the biggest slalom sail to 8.6, and still I was going unbelievably fast. And honestly, with all the sails, you know, we know that the sails from 2020 are fast. You know, we know they are very, very fast. And then you take the new ones, and you're just faster. And this is something I would never expect. So the work we put in, or especially you, Marco, really paid off.
No, it's good. And I was in France to test like the final prototypes with Pierre. And maybe, Pierre, you want to tell the story about the 6 tour?
Yeah, it was great because you came to my place like right before all these strange things in March, and we had some great runs. The plan was normally to train for the event, but we had the chance to test all the different sails you had in Tenerife right before. So yeah, we had some crazy runs there. Then it was in June,
the
beginning of July. End of June, you came again, and we had like almost the last prototype, and we had again some good runs with almost all the sails from 5.0 to the 8.4, and one day we were doing 7.7, then 7.0, then 6.2, then 5.4, 5.5 and the 6.2. I remember I was using the sail and you were on top of me and you were sure that you're gonna destroy me. Like, and you were searching for me. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And I was already 20 meters in the front.
It was really impossible. It was impossible to test the previous warp against the new one. I don't know why, but it was impossible.
No, but not only with the 6.2, I think it was with all sizes.
Yeah.
Huh? It was 7.084, especially my favorite 9.0, and now I hear even the 6.2. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this moment it was crazy because I get the sail in the end, and I was just going and going and going and going, and I was also searching for Marco because normally we can spend 10 km close together. It was not the case. So yeah, I think we move forward.
Yeah.
Like really forward.
We will see next year. So, maybe let's go a little bit back in the days. Jordy was actually this time not in the team, but I think maybe he still knows when he was competing against us. The start of the famous 9.0 Lightwind. I think Vincent knows still the sail, and I think it was a good start with the no compromise design of Kai. Actually, before like Peter Slade and Cyril was like mainly involved in developing, so the sails were pretty flat. I think the fastest sail, but not competitive. And then Kai came up with this new sail, and Matteo was still in the team, and we were testing the first prototypes in Alacati, 2014 or 14, I think. And it was after after the World Cup in Alacati, and we tested the prototypes, Matteo, me, and Pierre, and the sails were like, it was impossible to test against each other because they were so much faster. But the main problem was, like we said, like we want that sail for the upcoming season. But the problem was actually all the sizes from the next year were already produced. But we said like we want that sail. So I wrote a message to Raul. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. There is no way. We need that sail for the next year. No, fucking impossible.
Yeah, remember all day long we were looking for a solution to propose to Raul how to get this one, because with the other one I don't want to go on the water.
Yeah, but the problem was the other old 9.0, the bad one, was already produced. That's the main problem. And then in the late afternoon, there was like we had lunch with Raul, and then he said, "Okay, Marco, it's actually we're gonna bring 2 9.0s. We're gonna bring the normal 9.0, and we're gonna bring the new one, the Lightwind edition." And it was definitely a good move because that sail like was really like a start for the warp. I think Vincent, you also still know the sail.
The Lightwind?
Yeah.
I think if I would take it out now, it's still one of the best sails on the market.
Sure.
I mean, we never changed the 9.0 until now. We never changed the sail.
Yeah, and the season after it was just crazy with this sail. I was just looking at sailing with this one.
Yeah.
Can we have Lightwind?
Yeah, nobody wanted to actually race against us with the 9.0.
Yeah.
The combo was definitely perfect for the super Lightwind, and it was working like on wavy zilt, flat Alacati, afternoon wind from Costa Brava. It was just crazy.
But it's actually crazy that I don't remember really racing much on 9.0 the last 2 years, to be honest. Like, and that year we were racing a lot with the sail size.
Yeah.
And the good thing was not just the sail, it was also the phonetic board we had, the 140. That was really loose. And with these combinations, it was a lightweight weapon, but even if it was picking up to 16, 18 knots, we were still very competitive and very, very fast because the board was never flying away. I've seen a video, a live stream video from the PWA. I think it was in Costa Brava, Jordy, and I've seen you and you were just rolling everyone. I remember that.
With the white.
It happens so often where Arnon is like above me and go 1-1. And then by the time I'm at the mark, I'm flipping my cameras and he still has to charge.
I remember that one.
And that's years ago. That's years ago even.
I remember. So nice.
It was a good start. Actually, the question is like from a few guys, Jordy, was actually your second biggest passion beside windsurfing? I mean, everybody knows when you drive once with you, then everybody knows what it is. Maybe you want to talk about it a little bit.
Let's say I'm not sure if it's my second biggest passion. I don't think it's like this. But I do have a proper subwoofer in my van. And we Dutchies, we are kind of known to have some rougher dance music. I'm pretty sure everyone who drove with me has been through a proper subwoofer check with some hardstyle music. And I also know what you wanted to show. Because sometimes I'm trying to make other people come as well. So we make some videos on the festival in Holland and pass it on to the guys. And actually Vincent was super close to come with last year. But shame he couldn't come. But yeah.
So this is actually what you are also listening before a race.
I mean, there is this kind of commercial in Holland. It's like from some commercial music or some bachata dancing. You're not gonna get fired up for some no rules slalom racing. So yeah, I prefer to have some hardstyle, some rough music, which fully pumps me up to be aggressive on the water as well. Yeah, it's just the nose of the board of Marco hitting my head. And yeah, I think I have a strong head. The story was we were in my place in south of France and like a few days before the Costa Brava event. And we were in a good spot where the conditions were almost like Costa Brava, something between 10 to 15 knots. We were training around some marks, like for almost 3 hours, and jibing. And one moment I fall in front of you. I don't know why. It was maybe the first time I fall of the afternoon. And then when I came up to the water, I received like a red missing in the head. You just destroyed me there. And at this moment, it was like a little bit strange. I saw some stars. It was a bit black. And then I remember that you were like lost.
Yeah, I was pretty scared.
You were screaming, and there was one kitesurf guy who helped us, and I just grabbed his harness and he dragged me to the beach, and then it was bleeding. What happened? And me, I cannot check. So you were trying to check with your hand, but I remember that you were not really.
I didn't feel well, huh?
Able to do it. You almost die in front of the blood. And yeah, I went to my doctor and I had some like 5 or 6 stitches, something like this. So it was perfect 3 days before World Cup. Then I went to my physio like 2 times or 3 times. Then we went to Costa Brava. During the training day, I was sailing like Rambo with a white stuff in the head, and it was a little bit funny. And then I think the event went pretty well for me because I won it. So it was
easy.
Maybe a good solution to win.
That was good.
Yeah, it was a good action.
Perfect.
Yeah. This way.
Yeah. Vincent.
Yes.
I was searching for some old pictures, but I couldn't find any old pictures actually. But
we were taking some new ones.
No, actually, you came up with the idea WARPBOYZ like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to tell us something about the idea, the story behind WARPBOYZ.
I can. Actually, before I came to Norse, or let's say now it's Duotone, I was with the Point 7 team, and in the Point 7 team we had quite a strong team. You know, we were sharing our ideas, we were sharing our experience, and that was my idea to put it also in our new brand. So the WARPBOYZ is helping us, you know, to communicate, and maybe, you know, it's also some kind of, how can we say it? It's some kind of lifestyle we can put out. You know, it's something cool to be a WARPBOY, because it's also something special to ride or to sail with a warp sail. And this is why we were coming up with this. And actually, in the last month, it was getting a little bit down. You know, with let's say with our videos and so on. But I think we already had some good stuff we produced, for example, on Tenerife, where we are making some crazy stuff, and that was the idea.
Yeah, we had some crazy times together. Funny times.
I'm still disappointed that we never showed the money shot of the shooting in Tenerife, which was Marco, you hitting a disabled person with you dropped on there.
We are not even talk about this, you know.
that was pretty funny though. I mean,
I can't remember. Maybe you want to tell the story, Jordy.
No, that we made some shots that we were running with the gear, with the sails through I think one of the shopping streets in Tenerife. Yeah. And at one moment we are just standing with the sails and talking, and actually Bartek was filming, and we thought we were waiting for him to be ready to run, and accidentally Marco, who let the sail fall down exactly on the moment when someone on who was disabled, or at least on one of these scooters, was passing by. You can see your first look. Oh my God, what did I do? And it's on video. That's a good thing.
We should ask Bartek.
But I remember that. That was nice.
Cool. That was good stories. Good stories. Actually, boys, you still know when you were competing or racing against each other here for the first time. I remember, like, I was racing against Vincent when I was competing in my first event. It was like called Super 8, I think.
I think it was Super 8 in Podersdorf.
Yeah,
no?
I was like that, and Vincent was already like that. So I was pretty skinny compared to Vincent, and actually in the results it showed it as well. I was, I think, last. Vincent was second or first with Norman.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah,
But I think this is really long time ago.
Yeah.
This is about 20 years ago.
Don't worry, probably. I still have the picture.
You guys are old. And I remember this race because back in the days we were using like Formula boards, but they were not 1 meter. They were about 90 cm, but we still had 60 cm fin. So because the core was in so shallow water, we got stuck all the time, and we were catapulting all the time. So I can still remember that. These are my first thoughts to Podersdorf.
And you two, Pierre, Jordy, when you were racing against each other?
I don't really remember. in 2012, I did my first PWA in Silt, which was then, I guess, the first time I raced against Pierre. But I think Pierre was already up to podium places, and I was my first ever World Cup. And I was also hangover quite a lot of the time. I enjoyed the first time there. But I'm not sure if we were actually competing against each other because I was far off the level by that time.
Yeah. Is it the Leo? No, it's not Leo.
Is it you, Jordy?
Yes, sorry.
Patient of WARPBOYZ.
The little 2-month-old dude is hungry, I guess.
Hey guys, without the hardware from Durton, we would not win any races. Which hardware product of Durton is really like special for you? Maybe we start with Vincent.
Special. Can I say belongs a harness also to these things?
Everything.
Can I say harness?
Everything.
Okay, I'm talking about the new harness. Finally, Raoul was taking it in his hands and he made us, let's say, a real windsurfing harness. And this harness is not only for slalom guys, it's also for freeride or for wave guys. I've seen Victor, for example, also using it. And this is, for me, the best harness on the whole world. I have no back pain anymore. I remember you when we were testing on Garda. And after a long reach, you always say, I need a break because I have so much back pain. And since we have this harness, everything is just getting better. And this is, let's say, my highlight for this season.
Perfect. Revolution. For you, Jordy?
I mean, the career extenders, they're also called, aka the Power XD. I mean, I think it was during my clinic 2 weeks ago, where the client is asking me how to make easily the knot of the extension through the rings down, and then I told her, I'm like, hey, I think I didn't do this since 2015. I think I wasn't even on Duoto North Sails yet, but I already had the extensions. And since then, I just never, ever, ever used another extension. I've never been sitting in the grass, getting my ass wet, pulling downhole. And no, I've just, for 5, 6, 7 years, I've just been using this Power XD. And it was amazing back then, and I guess it's still amazing. And I cannot imagine a better extension as a product coming on the market. Yeah.
Thanks to Rajnuli.
Rajnuli!
And for you, Pierre?
Yeah, I wanted to say the same as Jordy because the extension, I think, is just a revolution. And like in the school we open with my sister, every time we show to people the extension, they switch to this extension because it's just saving your life. But there is also the boom, which are super, super easy.
Yeah, especially with the eye-tail fitting, that you don't have to open any knot.
It's the same as the extension. I think now, to rig a sail, I need less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you have all those systems which are making your life easier.
Yeah.
And this is good.
And
this is good for everybody. It's good for us because you rig like 6 sail every day, or even sometimes with you, we can rig 20, 25 sail a day. So it helps. And for a normal guy, you arrive at the spot after walking and you don't want to get trouble with your equipment, and you just pass the loop on the sail, you click, same for the boom, and you go.
Yeah.
Basta.
And not to forget the new camber. With the new camber, we also have like a new Revolution tuning, and especially for testing. Now we have a good hardware. Yeah. Perfect. So now we're gonna come to the end, and we're gonna have 6 questions, short questions. We're gonna make it like Vincent, Jordy, Pierre, me, and just short, huh?
Okay. Who was deciding the questions for you? You?
Mimi.
Okay.
Marco is prepared for these questions already. That makes it already a bit unfair. But
I know it's a bit unfair.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Who has the best style? Always WARPBOYZ, huh? Who has the best style? Closing style. Come on.
It's so difficult because we are all wearing the same T-shirt and we're all wearing the same pullover. WARPBOYZ, okay, I call Ratschen Uli to the WARPBOYZ and I say Ratschen Uli.
Jordy?
I say Vincent. I vote Vincent for model.
Yeah, I vote you, Marco.
No, I would definitely vote for you because who is actually always wearing white shoes? Doesn't matter if beach or restaurant. I always have to wear white shoes, huh, Pierre? So in the next questions, I'm actually out. Who will have the most children?
Why you are out?
Yeah, I gotta.
I vote for Marco.
I also vote for Marco.
Everyone votes for you, Marco. You lose.
Perfect. So I need to work on it.
How many? 5? 6? I think you have space.
No, 3. There's 3 fitting in the back of Audi RS6.
That's true. With the trailer, maybe. Okay. Who was the best in school?
Pierre.
Pierre, did you finish university?
Yeah.
We all did. Marco, did you?
Nope. So I'm definitely not the best.
In this case, you're out.
So I would say Jordy.
Why? I mean, I went to university. But that's it, I guess.
Okay. So, who of you spent most money on beers?
Oh.
It's Jordy. It's for sure Jordy.
No. The Germans.
Jordy.
No.
I think everybody's for Jordy.
Marco is always taking the Radler, so it's half-half. It's not like a true beer. It's half.
No, Marco always takes the Radler. No?
I take the Radler.
Yeah, me sometimes.
Sometimes.
And
okay, I guess it's me.
Who of you guys always wants to be perfect?
You, Marco. Okay, my van is very close. I guess I'm second place right behind
But
you.
not just in organization, like everything. All. That's why we are the WARPBOYZ. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you know why, Marco? Because sometimes we think a sale is good already, and then you still want to swap the mast or continue or go on. You're searching for this perfect, and I think it's a good, and it's pushing us sometimes to be more perfect as well.
Okay, I take it.
After 7 hours of testing, and everyone is dead,
and no lunch,
I think we have to test the 8.4 again. Yeah, and that makes a perfect sale sometimes.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. Yeah, perfect, guys. That's it. Thanks for the chat. Was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool answers, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon on the water, back on the water, training, racing, and testing new products.